We then have the Libya case. We had a unanimous decision of the UN Security Council referring the Libya case to the ICC. I think we are all aware of what is happening now, currently in Libya, and the atrocities that are being committed now. The arrest warrants that we asked the court to issue were against Muammar Gaddafi himself as the president, or the leader, as he prefers to call himself, Saif al-Islam, the son of Muammar Gaddafi, who has also been very vocal and public, as we know, in the media recently during this Libya conflict, as well as Abdallah al-Senussi. He's the head of intelligence in Libya. And they were charged again for crimes against humanity from the 15th of February. This is the period that our charges are covering until at least the end of February. And the investigations into those crimes are still continuing. We are also including investigations into the allegations of war crimes committed by the different parties from February, and the allegations of rape also that we have received information, which were committed, we are told, as part of a policy. Maybe we can discuss later what is currently happening, because the situation in Libya is changing very rapidly, and perhaps that is something that may interest us to discuss. Then there is also the case of Cote d'Ivoire. We were requested, the Office of the Prosecutor was requested on the 23rd of June. The Office of the Prosecutor was requested by the President to come in and investigate into the crimes that took place within the context of the post-election violence that happened in Cote d'Ivoire, and the former president refusing to give up power, and therefore using his army and his other militia to commit crimes. In fact, in the end, we learned that crimes occurred from both sides. So this is the investigations that we have asked for authorization from the chamber to open investigations into Cote d'Ivoire. And the crimes that we asked for in our application is since November 2010. Of course, there is the issue of whether we should go back to the crimes that happened before them did arise, and this is something that we have left open in our application to the judges, that if they think that we should go far back and not just from the 28th of November, they can give us that authorization as well. Recently, I made a mission to Cote d'Ivoire to meet with the authorities, and also to see, once we have authorization to open investigations, how we can proceed there. And of course, the issue that kept coming up was that, are you going to investigate both sides and not just one side? And this was clear. I'm glad that the president himself also came out to say that I have invited the prosecutor, not because I want to shield people from my side, but I want an independent institution to investigate what has taken place. I think this was quite interesting. Those are the actual cases where we've been to court, and it's in different stages. But for the investigations also, it's ongoing for the various situations that we are handling. There is a DRC-3, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo 3, and we are having 2 new investigations that are ongoing there. There is a DRC-4, also concerning the FDLR. These are the former genocidaires I talked about, and we are hoping to request for an arrest warrant in 2012. There is also a DRC-5, which investigations are also ongoing, and we are hoping to request for arrest warrants in 2012. We have a Darfur 4 investigations that is ongoing, and it is almost completed. We also have Kenya 1 and 2. The investigations haven't stopped, even though we are asking for the confirmation hearing have been set, but investigations are also ongoing. And of course, the Libya investigations is ongoing. We also are doing a lot of preliminary examinations because, as you know, before opening an investigations, the Office of the Prosecutor, we examine the situation before deciding whether to proceed or not. And this is the preliminary examination phase. We have different situations in various phases of the preliminary examination. In Palestine, for example, we're still assessing the jurisdiction of the court regarding that situation. For Korea, which I think the prosecutor has earlier this year or last year mentioned that we are monitoring the crimes, as well as in Nigeria, we're still receiving information and monitoring the crimes. Honduras, we're also doing the same thing, as well as Afghanistan. In Colombia, we are monitoring national proceedings before deciding whether to let Colombia continue with their investigations and their prosecutions, or for the ICC to step in. In Guinea, we are also doing the same thing. We are monitoring the national proceedings, as well as Georgia. So those that are pending arrest, maybe I should just mention it. Am I out of time? 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be done soon. With regards to the various situations that I have mentioned, arrest warrants have been issued, in these situations, but many have not yet been executed. And just to briefly mention, in the Darfur case that I have talked about, Ahmed Haroun has not been arrested, likewise Ali Khosheb. Of course, President Bashir also has not been arrested. We keep insisting that Sudan has the legal obligation to cooperate with the ICC. And in Uganda, which is arrest warrants also that have been issued since 2005. Today we are in 2011. Joseph Kony, the top leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, has not been arrested. Okot Ojambo and Dominic Ongwen, all of these people had arrest warrants issued against them. It's outstanding. So they've not been arrested and brought to the court. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, Bosco Ntaganda is the second person that we arrested in the first case of, we asked for warrants to issue in the first case of the ICC. And I think that with respect to Bosco Ntaganda, they just need to make a decision to arrest him. I don't think there should be any excuses anymore. The guy is in the army, he's freely going about his business, so I believe that there has to be the political will to get him arrested and hand it over to the ICC. In Libya, we have said that the primary responsibility to implement the arrest warrants is with the Libyan people. As you know, Libya is not a state party of the Rome Statute, but we argue that it is a member of the United Nations, and therefore, and this is since 1955. So we believe that Libya should comply with the UN resolution 1970. And this resolution specifically, you would recall, called on Libya to cooperate fully and provide any necessary assistance to the court and to the prosecutor. Okay, that's where we are. Thank you.